Hello, everyone, and welcome to this afternoon's live stream. It is currently partly cloudy today, so if my lighting is ever dark, that is why. And hello, and good afternoon. Welcome to the stream. Today, we're going to be doing some self-care productivity. I'm trying not to place too much pressure on these sprints today. It's going to be nice and relaxed, and just like take a pause and breathe. We're going to be doing some nice, easy, short sprints today. If you don't want to participate, that's fine. You can do anything else you'd like to do, like reading or, putting the laundry in the washing machine. Do whatever you want. But today we're going to be sprinting for just 3 short-ish sprints, and then we'll do like a random one at the end, and we'll see how long that one is. And stay tuned to figure out how I mean when I say random. The first one's going to be 15 minutes, and I will start that at just like a few minutes, probably like 4:05, maybe sooner if necessary. But hey, welcome. I did have a plan for something I wanted to talk about today, and that is what I'm working on. So I'm currently working on Seaside, and I'm about to start the 5th draft. Which is big, which is exciting, but it's also nerve-wracking. So if anyone has any advice for getting to this point in the manuscript, that would be helpful. That would be invited. But hello. Hi, Laura. It's nice to see you here. Oh, you got Halloween contacts? Oh, you have to tell me what colors and for what reason you purchased them. You can't just tell me that you got contacts and not give me any context. But yeah, I'm working on Seaside today, and I'm going to be figuring out how to tackle it. I've already read it and given myself a whole bunch of comments. So I'm basically going to be compiling my comments today in like a what's working, what's not working spread. So that's what I'm doing today. Okay, Laura has a red pair, yellow, purple, and then a black and white swirl pair of contacts. I guess I can see uses for all of those except the black and white one. Is it like a spiral? I don't know, or like a zebra stripe? I don't know. I guess I can definitely imagine the red one like being vampire, the yellow for like demons, purple might be a fairy, or just another kind of elf thing. But I don't know what a black and white swirl is for. Oh, it's for a ghost or a ghoul. Okay. I've never seen that before. It sounds really interesting. But yeah, ready to get started soon. It's my laptop timer and my phone time are always different for some reason. Like I can't get my Mac to stay in the proper time zone all the time, which is I don't know. It just is. It's like 4 years old, so maybe it's on the out. But whatever. Now I have to pick a color for Seaside. I think I'm gonna pick blue. Does that make sense? Blue colors. Yeah. How is everyone today? What are y'all working on? / do you have any Halloween plans? Let me know. I have a Halloween party I'm supposed to be at later, but I might not go. We will see. Laura says, okay, notes. Okay. Go chronologically from chapter 1 onwards, or easiest notes first to ease into it. Okay. I think what I'm going to have to do is look through all of my... See, I've already made notes to myself, and I think you're right. I think it's not good to... I don't want to just address it from chapter 1 to chapter 50, like all the way through, because I feel like I will miss things. I'd rather get the full picture first and then figure out, okay, what's easiest, and then what's going to require more work, like, I don't know. Or maybe I should do the big things because they affect other things in the manuscript. I'll have to think about it. Okay, or you could break it down by character, setting, descriptions. Okay, interesting. I know from what I remember, my main work I'm going to need to add into the 5th draft is going to be, there's a scene I want to change, but that's later, like chapter 40-ish. I think it's about voice. Like, I kept asking myself, is this what Luca would sound like? Would he actually say this? So yeah, I think I'm mostly working out voice and still working on motivation for the 5th draft. But it's mostly good. I like it mostly. So I hope it won't be that much work, but you never know. I say that now, and it could be another 3 months before I have it done. Laura's also been working on Tiny Shivers and wrote the dedication, and it goes to the editor November 1st. Wow, is this your horror story, short story collection? If so, I think that's a cool title. Okay, it is your collection. You've been working on it for 2 years. Wow, like it's all self-written. That's cool. That's great. I'm so glad you're having something going out into the world. Cool. That's awesome. I bet you love Halloween. I myself think I'm indifferent to favorable towards Halloween. Hi, Grape. I'm glad you were here as well. I'm all for being your motivation to get up. I also saw you this morning on stream, but then I had to go to yoga. So, yeah. I don't know if you did accountability today. Let me know if you did. Okay. Laura loves Halloween, as I predicted. So yeah, if anybody missed it, we're going to be doing 3 short-ish sprints today. We're going to start with a 15 and then do 2 25s, and then the last sprint will be a random number of sprints using one of these, but you got to wait to the end to find out what I mean by that. And me having said that, let us go to the first sprint. Today's stealer of my data is Capital One. They have won my data on the market today. And so, yeah, that is our sponsor. And so we're going to have a 15-minute sprint. I will meet you back here. And yeah, let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity. Okay, that was the end of the first sprint. Let me bring me back to the center. How was that for everybody? I got quite a lot done. I also want to show you that it looks like I said draft 5 and not draft. I think I just got in the mode of just like writing in F and I wrote it twice. But whatever. But yeah, I felt like it was a very short 15 minutes for me. I got all the way up to chapter 24. Yes. Yes, okay. I got up to chapter 24, which means I'm like halfway through making notes to myself. I am going to run out of room in this spread though, which is kind of like, but whatever. So I broke it down into specific things I need to change and general things I need to change. I'll read to you some of the general ones, but I won't read you the specific ones for, obvious reasons. But I need to keep voices straight between Luca and Julian and refine their personalities. I need to work on the flow of paragraphs. Oh, bye, Laura. Thanks for showing up. Yeah, see you next time. Where was I? Okay, I also need to work on flow of paragraphs between dialogue. So if a character asks a question and then I put backstory in between, and then there's like a follow-up, I need to be careful about how long those paragraphs are. I need to not repeat unique words like ogle, because if you repeat that more than once, it's kind of like, it's noticeable. It's kind of like how John Green only uses the word deadpan once in his book because it's like one of his favorite words, but if his editor didn't edit it out, it would be in there many times. Great, started watching my video. Oh, I'm sad you relate to the feeling of being behind, but I mean it's real, like when I was like a few days after I made that, I didn't think I was gonna post it because I'm never negative on my channel, and that video isn't even like negative, it's just like honest and a little like I wouldn't call it negative, but it is unfiltered, perhaps. I should have put the video in the description of this live stream, but that's okay. You can find it just as easily by clicking on my channel, looking at the uploads. That went out at 2 o'clock today. Yeah, it's just, I mean, the good news is that I don't feel so behind now that I am starting this. So that's kind of like the point of this live stream, is for me to get a plan so I can not freak out and not have a crisis that I'm not finishing my book on time. And it's not even like I have a deadline, it's just a need to be done with it. Like I need to get it off my chest and get it off my desk, literally. Yeah. If you caught that Taylor Swift reference, you're a winner. Yeah. I'm definitely excited to start this 5th draft, but I don't know exactly when that's going to happen. I just have so many things to do next week as well. I'm just like, I'll probably get like I'll try to get a little bit done on it each day. We can talk later about nano plans, if there even is a plan. Yeah, I caught unfiltered. Did you like my Taylor Swift joke? Good. So someone out there gets it. There's a Swiftie here with me. So I'm going to be working on 5th draft in November with 50 chapters, and I guess there's I guess I need to figure out how much stuff I actually need to do before I know how much work it's going to actually take me. Right now it's looking like there's this many specific things and this many general things. It doesn't look like bad. I don't know if I'm actually going to use it. So it's like checklisted right now. Like there's, oh, wait. So there's like boxes. And I might check them off. Maybe. Oh, I didn't even, I'm such a bad streamer. I didn't even like change my banner. But we can, I guess, go back to this banner and we'll see if I remember to change it by the time the second sprint rolls around. Yeah. Basically, I just need to figure out what the heck I'm doing so I can have a plan. And that's what the stream is for. Are you working on anything, Grape? It's not, no shame if you're not working on anything today or if you're just reading. That's also perfectly acceptable. But I'm going to set up this. Nope, that's not right. I'm going to reset this timer for 25 minutes because we will have a little bit longer of a session. And I plan to actually finish the... I'm going to finish checking all my comments in this sprint. Oh man, I just clicked out of it and now I gotta get back to the place I was, but I'll find it. I'm also noticing that I'm using a lot of figurative language, which isn't bad, but I just need to be intentional and kind of use the ones that have the most impact. I was in a creative writing class. I don't remember which semester, but it was a semester in the past. And I remember the professor said something about only use metaphors that carry the most weight. And if you have like tiny metaphors just like sprinkled in there, it takes away the impact from your most developed and impactful metaphors. You shouldn't have too many just like decorative ones. They should have purpose and decoration. Does that make sense? Like they shouldn't just be like there just to be there or look pretty. And I like it when things look pretty and seem pretty, but I just need to be intentional about figurative language use. See? He was right. Hi, Pigeon. I'm glad you're here today. Grape is cleaning. Yes, rearranging your room can make it more of a hot mess, but what do I want to say about this? I'm trying to, it's right on the tip of my tongue. I've also had this problem where my room is a mess, but it gets messier before it gets clean. I'm sure you know this. You've cleaned your room before. I'm assuming you've cleaned your room before. Just, yeah, hang in there. You got 25 more minutes to work on that room. I've never seen the character show up like that. It's not an emoji, but it's like, that's like the Microsoft Word circle. I haven't seen that come up in StreamYard before. You've never taken a writing class, but you've heard some book reviews that say that as well. Okay. I've also, if you're looking for a good book to read that's kind of autobiographical, but also helpful on writing, I recommend Bird by Bird by Anne Lamott. If you haven't read that, the audiobook is also really good on that. I liked that book so much that I made a whole devoted spread in my in my journal to try to like retain some of the knowledge that she dropped in it. It's called Bird by Bird. Yeah. She might have said something like that, but she said remember to breathe. and perfection is the enemy. Those are the wisdom I have to. That's the wisdom I have before the next sprint. Oh, so you didn't even intend it to be an ASCII character. Okay. Good to know. I don't know. Take that up with Google. Yes. Let's jump into this second sprint. We'll have 25 minutes. Let me change that banner. Yes, we're going to have 25 minutes of productivity time. Do whatever you need to do. I'm going to work on this fifth draft, and I will see you in 3, 2, 1. Let's do this. perfect timing because I just finished my notes. How was that? How was that 25 minutes for everyone? I would say it was good. It was good. It was kind of stressful because I was trying to get everything down in my notebook. But yeah, I did get it all down. This is a page of specific, and then specific continued, and then here's a bunch of general things I need to change. But yeah, it definitely seems doable, and I certainly have a trend to report. So like the main problem I have when writing apparently is the endings of my chapters. Like at least 10 times I wrote to myself, ending doesn't flow well, ending doesn't feel finished yet, finish the ending, ending is meh, ending is kind of meh. Opening is weird, that happens sometimes. Finish out the ending. Final ending sounds a bit off, which is interesting. I did not know I had this issue with endings. I knew sometimes my endings were like, whatever, but like apparently it's a trend that I need to fix that. Hello, Katie. It's nice to see you here. We're just talking about the problems with my book I have right now that I need to fix in the 5th draft. And a trend is forming, and I need to fix my endings. I need to get on top of that because I cannot just keep having wistful, emotional, looking off into the distance or like wistfully wondering about something endings. I can't have that. I can have that sometimes, but not like all the time. I don't know. Endings are hard to get right for chapters. They're just like, where do you stop? How do you know when the chapter is complete? Like it's a bit difficult for me. And Grave, I haven't read on writing. I'm sorry I triggered you about that. I've heard that it's more memoir and not how to actually write and not really writing advice, and that's why it's controversial. But if it's controversial for a different reason, let me know. I'm not saying you can't have a wistful looking into the distance endings. I'm just saying that I find it a problem if I'm doing it over and over again. Like, I don't know. Like, you just know when the chapter ending isn't complete, I guess. And normally that's when I end on a character thinking about something instead of actually finishing something. Does that make sense? Yes. The thing I want to fix is, it's generally like ending needs more clarity, and I needed to add like one more beat to finish out the chapter. That's generally what's going on. Other times I need to be intentional about backstory because I can't just dump it for no reason. I need to add some characters' values for themes. Always remain in character. And also, what color is Julian's hoodie? It should be blue. That's what I wrote to myself. Yeah. Just most of it's good. I'm quite happy with where my book is right now. There is, it's going to take me, I don't know, why even bother projecting how long it's going to take when I really don't know. I'm trying to get it done soon. And if you watch my recent video, you know how I feel about that. But yeah. Hi, Lynn. So your chapters also end on cliffhangers, which you know isn't ideal, but I actually read the advice that you should always end on a cliffhanger, and I like firmly disagree with that. But exactly for the reason that Pigeon says, like it keeps the person reading your book, but it can also be like annoying if if I don't know, it's just nothing ever resolves. So there are definitely some cliffhangers in this book. I just don't like it when emotions or thinking feels unfinished at the end of a chapter. So yeah, we're gonna have another 25-minute sprint soon. I don't know what the heck I'm gonna do now that I finished my plan. So I mean, I actually have to start writing the thing. Yeah, some readers do hate cliffhangers. I don't remember which author I heard was doing this very often, but I know it's common in the YA genre. It might have been Sarah J. Maas in the Throne of Glass series, but I don't remember because I've only read the first book of those series. Isn't there like, there's either like 8 or 13 of those Throne of Glass books, and I don't remember which one it is. I've heard that, I don't know, people are really upset by the ending of that series, or just like something happens around book 7 that people are like, I cannot believe, I cannot. But I guess I'll never know. Oh, okay. Katie pitching in on cliffhangers. It depends on the genre. Not in romance, but in fantasy and mystery, yes. See, mystery makes sense. I personally don't write mystery. I don't really like to read mystery. Maybe that's why I don't like cliffhangers. I don't know. Mystery always feel like I've been cheated by the end of it when I read it. Maybe that's just me wanting to figure it out first and then feeling, I don't know. Have you ever read a mystery and then the ending is revealed and like the truth come out and it's not what you thought it was, and then you're like, well, that wasn't a good book anyway. Obviously a real reader couldn't have like figured it out, so it's just a bad book. It's not it's not me missing it, it's not me not getting it, it's the author's fault. So yeah, that's why I feel like I don't read mystery, because I have those feelings about it, and I want to read it to feel good about myself and get it right and not feel like I'm dumb. That's why I don't really read mystery. Also, I don't know, just like, I'm used to, I feel like it was just a time of my life when I read mystery. I read it in like elementary and middle school and just don't anymore. Maybe it's also like it's not really a YA trend right now. I don't really know. Let me know how y'all feel about mystery. It's actually one of the few genres. I shouldn't say. Okay, really, horror is probably the genre I wouldn't write. I don't know. I also feel like I'm not smart enough to write a mystery. Like, how do you have a plot but then obscure it so much, but like not too much that a reader would still get it? It just seems so opaque to me, and like another level of skill that I'm just not there yet. And also, maybe that's why I'm not so good at guessing mysteries, because I haven't actually tried writing one. If I tried writing one, I might get really good at knowing what's going on in a mystery. Yeah. Horror, I don't know. Maybe I could write a good monster, and maybe I could write tension well. I don't know if I can just sustain that for a very long story. I've never tried to write something horror-y, thriller-y. Just feels very incongruous with the kind of stuff that I write now. Katie doesn't love to read mysteries, but likes to watch them. If you hate the ending, you'll just rewrite it. Oh, interesting. Because you've seen so many, you feel like, yeah, you know what the right ending should be. That makes perfect sense. Oh, it's not a redundant question. I don't really talk about reading a lot, even though I am kind of like a book channel, kind of. But yeah, I will answer this question. I read mostly right now. I read YA, like, and that's broadly YA. Um, but that generally turns out to be. I can look at my recent reading list as well to back me up on this. But I've been reading romance, but that's in all categories. So that'll be like romance, sci-fi, fantasy. Um, I just read Gilded Wolves, which is kind of like a Six of Crows but French, and that's got some romance in it. Where is my reading list? Okay. I've been reading a lot of contemporary YA recently. I just finished Aristotle and Dante Dive into the Waters of the World, which if you haven't read that, I really recommend that. Style's not for everyone, and it's a sequel to a book that came out in 2013, but the writer improved so much that it's just like, oh my god. It's like one of the most profound YA books I've read in a long time, and I'll be talking about it in a video I have going up next week. It's my October wrap-up video. Sometimes I just read pure fantasy. I also like historical, medieval princess fantasy. I haven't finished reading this book. Shame on me, because I got it a while ago. But this is a good example. This is Cinderella Ninja Warrior. Do I need to say anything else? She's Cinderella, but she wants to be a ninja warrior. It's out of print. It was written, I think, in 2011. It's very of its time. It's also a choose your own adventure book. I got it on Thrift Books. This is like my, don't tell anyone I read this, but I love this. If it's trash, that means I'm going to love it even more. So, like, I'm that far. I should get back to it, but yes, that's another category I really like. Lynn doesn't read or write in mystery or horror. Yeah, I feel like I'm not the only one. Katie loves Golden Wolves, one of my favorite series. You know, this got onto my TBR, but I don't remember how. If you did mention it in one of your videos, you might have been the reason, or it might have been a Paperback Dreams video where she recommended a bunch of books, but I don't remember. It's been on there forever. I don't know where the audiobook narrators. They were kind of like mid. The female narrator was good. The male narrator was like, could have been more expressive, but it was still a good story. Pigeon also likes romance. Adding to TBR. Oh, I know, right? Like, oh, and also her stepmother is a wizard, an evil wizard. It's just like, it's the most perfect. It's the perfect amount of ridiculous, but also like, it's serious. It's serious in its ridiculousness. Like, it takes itself. I don't know how to say this. Like Cinderella will just randomly like do a backflip, and, like a ninja backflip, and I just die laughing every time I get to that. But if you can find yourself a copy, I highly recommend it. Here, I'll give you the author as well. It's Maureen McGowan. I also looked this up, and unfortunately, it was meant to be like a very long series. She was meant to do a lot, but like the second one was like Snow White Vampire Slayer or something, but it never got published to my knowledge. Like, it got cut after the first one, which is such a shame, because I would have liked to read it. But anyway, moving on. You might have recommended it on a Trouble stream, but it's still possible. You can take the credit for it. Yes, that's the word I'm looking for. It's very campy, but it's just like, It's not, I wouldn't say guilty pleasure, I'd say indulgent. It's what it is. It's just like, maybe I should do a review of it, like a serious review on my channel. That means I'll have to actually read it. I'll have to actually finish it. But I'd be into it. Anyway, this is a live stream where we sprint, right? Yeah. I'm also interested in what kind of genres other people like to read here today. I know we got another vote for romance books. I don't actually find myself reading many adult romance books because I mostly write in YA, and I feel like if I was writing an adult romance, I would probably be reading a lot more adult romance. But since I'm since I'm writing YA, that's what I tend to read. I don't know. I'm very much, I guess, a mood reader, and I'm usually in the mood to read something similar to what I'm writing, so I can have inspiration from it. If you ever want to know my favorite books that I've read in a month, I mentioned them in my wrap-up video. So I mentioned a few good ones. I mentioned good ones in the reading section of those videos. So that's normally where I recommend, the best of the month. Last month, I think I recommended Tokyo Dreaming, which is the sequel to Tokyo Ever After. I'm really on a sequel binge right now. But yeah. Okay, let's actually get together and reset that timer because we're gonna have another sprint, another 25-minute sprint. And I don't know, I might cut the fourth sprint. We'll see how I'm feeling. I'm feeling nice right now, and I don't want to overextend my productivity. This stream is about self-care, taking care of yourself, not being too productive or too demanding on your batteries. Okay, let's have our second 25-minute sprint starting in 3, 2, 1. Catch you later. All right, that is the end of the third sprint, but something exciting is happening in this book. So I'm going to finish reading this page, and then I'll update you. Just give me like 30 seconds. Oh, okay. I thought we were coming to a choose your own adventure part of the story. So, this page. But it's actually, will Cinderella ever find a way to enter the contest? Turn to page 107, chapter 4. So it's like a skip ahead to the actual continuation of the story. Wow. And then there's section 4. This book is Choose Your Own Adventure, and you know, it's not a bad book either. Like, I'm very entertained. In case you're wondering, in the past section that I'm reading, I just read a full section. There were 4 instances of ninja behavior, and I started marking them with these purple sticky notes. I don't remember what I put this orange thing in there for. Oh, it says this book is as ridiculous as The Princess Bride, and it truly is. Like, it's got all like the chaos and humor of The Princess Bride, but also it's not even written poorly. It's just things are all ridiculous, and that's kind of just like how it is. Choose your own adventure horror books. Interesting. Like, were the books for kids? I guess so, because it's not really a hit in the adult market. Yeah, this is the first Choose Your Own Adventure book I've ever read, and I know like it was a trend, but like it's not anymore, which I think is unfortunate. Like, I mean, it also opens up this conversation of what kind of agency does the reader have when they're reading a book, and yeah, like this gives the reader agency that's not really in most books. Like, how often do you get to pick what happens and read the story that you want to read? I feel like the only other way readers can like exercise this is by writing like maybe their own fan fiction or like writing their own books. Like, I don't know, it's kind of like maybe it satisfies that control itch that writing a book does. I don't know, just food for thought. It really is a masterpiece. In case you're wondering, the hunter or the messenger, which is actually the prince, just dropped out of a tree and was like, have you decided to go to the ball? Have you reconsidered? She was like, no. And he was like, there's a magic competition. And she was like, oh, unless. Was it R.L. Stein? Or hold on, are the Goosebumps books? Are those Choose Your Own Adventure? Or did he write another series? I never read any Goosebumps. It kind of freaked me out. I was a very horror and scary movie adverse child, and really still am. Yes, I am tagging the ninja behavior, and I need to go back to the first section because there's at least 4 more there. So by the end, it's going to be like very purpled, very populated with purple notes. And I'm wondering, like, because there is like a ballroom scene, like there's a ball. Is she gonna like do ninja stuff at the ball? I'm looking forward to it. I think it's very good for the soul. Anyway, it is 5:47-ish. How do we guys feel? How do we guys feel about doing another sprint or not? We could do a very short one. Let me know where you are in your progress with things if you would like another short little sprint to wrap things up. If we do, I will pick one of these decks of cards and we will draw some cards for the number of minutes we will be sprinting for. But I won't do as many cards as I had originally planned because I don't want to get burned and I don't want to sprint for 40 more minutes. I want it to be like under 20. But let me know how you guys feel. Right now I'm just vibing, reading Cinderella Ninja Warrior. Let me know what y'all are doing. Also, if you have any Halloween plans, that's also a topic of discussion. I do technically have a Halloween party starting at 6, but like I'm obviously not going to be there at 6. I may not even go because I don't really have like a good costume, and it was said costume encouraged. So like it's supposed to last until 9:30. I might go. We'll see. Win votes for under 20. Yeah, I think that's a good time. Well, let me pull out the deck of cards. Let's look at one that's not going to be too distracting. Let's look at this one because wait, this one is very distracting. Give me the yes, give me the normal cards. For those of you who don't know, I have a card collection. It kind of just happened accidentally where I got I was given a deck of cards and then I was given another deck of cards and then it became like the thing that I collect, like especially when I go on vacation and I find like things in like what's it called? Not a thrift store, but like a tourist store. What do you call that? Gift shop? Yeah, that's where I buy deck of cards now. So I have like quite a few up here. Pigeon is munching on Halloween candy and writing self-indulgent fan fiction. Very, very nice. And Lynn is beta reading. Very cool. Okay, so my card collection is generally eclectic. You keep missing the break. No. It's fine. The break just started. The break just started. We are talking about Halloween plans and also continuing to talk about how ridiculous Cinderella Ninja Warrior is. It's great. That's how much ninja behavior we got. All the purple. And we're gonna do like a very like short sprint. I'm thinking under 20 minutes. I'm gonna pull like 2 cards from this deck. This is the least eclectic. This is the least eclectic deck of cards I own. So it'll just be, nothing special to look at. I got otherwise Flowers, Bee. That's a Vlogbrothers deck of cards, and that's a chess set deck of cards. And there are others that are hiding currently. But I'll just pick 2 cards. It could be a maximum of like 26 minutes and a minimum of 2 minutes. So we'll see. It likely will be around 12 or 13 minutes. If anyone wants to call the numbers, it's going to be, I'll shuffle for like another 30 seconds if anyone wants to call how long our sprint is going to be. I think Steve guessed it right one time, and that was neat. Also, I am not very adept at doing math very quickly, so you will also, get to add the numbers probably faster than I can. So I used to share a deck of cards on every stream I did. Like I would purely do sprints dictated by the cards, but you know, I just decided that I like a measure of consistency, but I also like the randomness and showing off my decks of cards. So I kind of mix the both, and so I don't do like purely random sprints. Maybe in the future when I have like when I'm no longer in grad school and when I actually have a proper live streaming schedule, maybe one stream a month is like the chaos stream with all randomness for all sprints again. But that will be in the future, and that will be like fall 2024 or summer 2024. We will see. I'm in grad school until spring of 2024. Okay, I'm gonna pull 2 cards now. Let's put it this way. I'll cut the deck, just so you know I wasn't cheating. And the first 2 cards that I pull off are gonna be the number that we're sprinting for. Okay. 1 minute, very promising. Gonna be a short sprint. 10 minutes. Okay. You know what? I'm okay with that. Can anyone add this quicker than me? It's 11. It's 11 minutes. Quite easy to add those numbers. Yeah, we're gonna have a nice little short sprint at the end. Let me pull up my random banner and get back into the screen share. Thank you guys so much for being here with me today. I hope the stream was helpful and you got some productivity done and just made you like feel a bit more in control of your life. Yeah, that's always the intent. It is a quiz. It is a math quiz, and you will be graded on this at the end. So make sure you get it right. Okay, we're gonna have a final sprint for 11 minutes. I will see you then, starting in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity. All right, friends. That was the end of our final random sprint. Yeah. I used to have a banner that was like, thanks for coming. Let me make one. Okay. There we go. Yeah, thanks for coming to my stream today. It's been really nice having people to hang out with and write and read a silly book. And yeah, things I accomplished. I have a plan for writing 5th draft of my book. That's great. I'm probably going to make the commitment to work on it a little every day in November, although trying not to be so, giving myself a break when I need to. And yeah, I will also be reading more Cinderella Ninja Warrior now that I've started again because I'm trying to get really enjoyable. Yes. And yeah, any final comments? Any final questions, comments, or concerns? Now's your chance. In case you're wondering, there was more ninja behavior in that last chapter. We added, I think, 2 more instances, and the messenger, the prince, showed up again. And he was like, you should enter the competition. And she was like, fine, I guess. Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for being here. Yeah, I had a good time. I expect that I will do a stream in November, so just keep an eye out for that. It'll appear in your subscription box. Turn notifications on so you don't forget when I'm going live. And yeah, I make all kinds of writing and bookish content on this channel. There was a video that went out today. If you haven't seen that already, go ahead and check that out. I will have a wrap-up video for October coming out sometime next week, like early November. And yeah, thank you guys for being here. And I will enjoy the ninja behavior. Thanks for hanging out, Lynn. And yeah, so sometime in November, there will be a stream. Just keep your eye out. Keep your eyes open for it. Me being in grad school really makes my schedule like, there are periods of intensity or like this week everything is due, and then this week nothing is due. So we'll just see. I know next week is pretty busy for me up until Thursday, which maybe means Friday is an option. We'll just have to see what happens. Thank you guys again for joining me, and I'm going to sign off now. Okay. Bye.